And welcome back to the Man Hour, guys. It is that special time of night where we play the little game called Would You Rather. This Would You Rather is brought to you by Thrive Fantasy. Head over to thrivefantasy.com. Use promo code MANHOUR, and they will match up to $50 on your first deposit. That's thrivefantasy.com. You can download those on Android and iOS devices as well, or do the website at thrivefantasy.com. As is promo code MANHOUR, and they'll match up to $50 on your first deposit. Welcome the boy back on the show. Substitute teacher himself, _Tori. You can find him on Twitter. You can find myself at _Buck as well. We are the most active on the old Twitter machine, so we're probably the best follows. Wyatt and Colm just kind of blah.
All we do is basically talk to each other.
That's fine.
Post whatever.
We need some more friends, so definitely follow Tori, because Tori is all about, I need 1,000 friends by January 1st or something.
No, I just want to have more real followers than bot followers.
Right.
That's my only goal.
All right, so we are going to continue to push Tori's Twitter every chance we get. _Tori. So if you are playing along with the drinking game, and with that being said, it is time for Would You Rather. Let's just take it back to 5th grade here, and I'm going to give you 2 choices here, Tori, and you have to pick one. Would you rather do this, or would you rather do that? Since Wyatt is not on the show, you cannot go down the middle and pick both or waffle around. You have to pick one or the other. Can you handle that?
I don't know. That's pretty tough to do.
That is pretty tough. So with that being said,
I gotta have an opinion. I have to have an idea of my own.
So with that being said, man, if you guys are playing on with the drink game, I said at least 6 times, so there's six drinks. We are going to bring up Drew's question here. Would you rather have Odell Beckham Jr. as a teammate or Antonio Brown? Tori.
Give me OBJ, because he's not really the drama queen. He's not afraid to speak his mind, but he's not a drama queen. Where Antonio Brown thrives on the drama. He likes the drama. OBJ is a headache, but he's not a cancer.
Is this the same Odell Beckham? Are we talking about the same OBJ that wore his watch on the field and he forgot he had it on? Is this the same Odell Beckham Jr. that proposed to the kicking net and then kicked it and then knocked himself out? Is this the same Odell Beckham Jr. that was crying because he didn't have a quarterback or a defense to help him out? Or is it that Odell Beckham?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. Did he freeze his feet? Did he force his way off of a team after he was just like, I want to play for the Raiders, and then get himself kicked off the team a month later?
He did force himself out of the Giants, and then he landed in a pretty good situation with Cleveland. Let's just be flat out honest about that. He is playing with some college teammates because the Browns had, 27 first-round draft picks in the last 8 years, so they pretty much have all of Alabama and LSU team on their roster. But, Tori, I'm going to have to go with you. I'm going to have to go with Odell Beckham Jr. just because Antonio Brown, for one, he is definitely way past his prime. He was great with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm not going to front. He was a great, hungry, young receiver. I believe he came out of Western Michigan, I think it was. He was a fifth or sixth round pick. Very, very hungry with a lot to prove. And now I feel like he kind of has that, I have nothing else to prove, and I should just be great just because I show up. And I think Odell Beckham Jr. has finally got in his head that he is not a top 10 receiver in the NFL. What has really Odell Beckham Jr. done besides the catch? Really not a whole lot. He is a great number 2 receiver, and with the Cleveland Browns this year, after he got hurt, they thrived and they actually improved. So he knows that the Browns don't need him. He needs the Browns. So I think we're going to see a lot better Odell Beckham Jr. this year. So I would definitely take Odell Beckham Jr. So on the next one here, would you rather, I should say, Bank of America Stadium is officially going to turf. The people that don't know what Bank of America Stadium is, that is the Carolina Panthers home field. They just announced today that they are switching from grass and going to that artificial turf. So, Tori, would you rather play football on turf or grass?
Well, the way the turf is these days, give me the turf. It's got more give to it.
Yeah.
It's not. It's a lot better for player safety, and most teams use it. So there again, just because I'm from Green Bay, you got to go on the tour if you go to Lambeau. So, but they will talk about how the grass is kept up and how it's a mixture of real grass and the turf grass, and it's like it's woven in
Right.
with everything else, and they got to replace it like every 6 years. But it's much safer for the players. You know, it's got the give like where the old like AstroTurf was like
Yeah.
it was hard. You would rip
Outdoor
all your
carpet's
skin
all
off,
it was.
and it was concrete under it. There was no give.
Yep.
It was ow, ow every time you hit that
Yep.
turf. Um, this stuff is a thousand times better. There's more give to it. There's not really much of a downside to it. It cost. I think they said it cost the Packers about $60,000 a year to maintain that turf every year, but and then every 6 years it gets switched out. So hands down, give me today's turf over natural even just because when it gets slick and it gets rainy, you're not having those spots where like your kicker's gonna blow his ACL as he tries to go for a kick or
Right.
somebody's gonna slip off the line. You're a lot less injury prone at that point.
You are 100% correct on on that as well. I am going with turf as well. I coach here at the high school ranks, and every 5A, 6A school that we coach against, so my school was the first school to have turf in the area, and in the last 3 years, I would say 80% of the schools have upgraded to turf as well, and there is a reason because one, turf is easier to maintain. You throw some rubber pellets in there and you sweep it once a week, maybe twice a week, and bada bing, bada boom, you are done. And the grass, once summertime ends and it gets cold, it turns brown, right? You can only spray paint grass so much before it starts to die.
Yep.
So definitely give me that turf, not the AstroTurf, not the Astrodome turf or
Not even the Boise State turf.
yeah, but yeah, turf all day long. So the next, would you rather Marcus Smart gets suspended for one game for using threatening language towards a referee? I'm not going to repeat what he said because they didn't post what he said, but I would have probably said it anyways because usually it's really not that threatening nine times out of 10. So with that being said, Tori, would you rather get suspended for threatening language towards a referee or for throwing a baseball bat?
Hmm. Am I throwing the baseball bat at somebody?
So you are throwing it because like you got mad and you like struck out.
Oh, no, no. If I'm gonna get suspended, I'm making it worth it. I'm gonna cuss out the ref. Let me go at it. I mean, there again, I used to coach baseball, and I was the first ever coach to ever be suspended for a game coaching 13-year-old baseball
Sheesh.
because me and one of the coaches from the other team got into it right in the middle of the field, and I told him to kiss my B
Kiss your
right in the
B.
middle of the field.
Kiss your B on the A. So, I mean, so when I was growing up, I threw a baseball bat one time, and my dad chewed my ass up and down for the next week and a half. I had to mow the grass with a pair of scissors. I had to clean the floor with like a toothbrush because my dad said, and I quote, "You do not pay for that shit. I pay for that shit. And if you break it for being a little bitch, you are going to do this over and over and over." So I had never thrown a bat ever again in my whole entire life. On the flip side of the coin, my dad was also a referee, and I seen him get cussed at, and he could not back talk to that person because he was the referee, like just like at that time, and like every time I speak to a ref, like I try to use kind words. I mean, I might be stern and get ejected from football games from saying that he has short man syndrome, but Tori, I'm going to go with a Wyatt waffle here. I can't really pick because I don't see myself ever doing any of those. So, how about threatening language while I throw my bat? So like I'm not using threatening language towards anybody, but it's like directed toward my bat. Like, oh, I hate you, bat, die. Can I do that on the show?
No, because didn't you just tell me I had to pick a side beforehand? So pick one. Pick one there, Mike.
Give me a throwing of the bat because I make adult money now, so I buy adult toys, and I think I had the right to throw my own bat. So give me that. All right, guys, we are going to take a next break here. On the other side of the break, we're going to talk some more NFL draft rumors. If you guys have heard of any rumors, let us know in the chat, and we will address it throughout the show here. And we got some more Patriots. We got some Jets talk, Tori. Are the New York Jets?
Jets.
Yeah.
Jets.
They're trading on that second overall pick. NFL draft rumors coming up, guys.